I seen you say something about this being the most woke generation, yet everybody sleep.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, because now we're in a time where everybody's supposedly woke, but they don't even realize that, well, I guess the white man, in a sense, controls what that means for us now. All you see in the media is people following narratives that are put out for them to follow. And then you see the masses, the consumers, they're just following these certain people that are appointed leaders, whether it be like a LeBron James in the NBA or whatever, some newscaster on the news, like whatever, Don Lemon or something like that. It's like we're following what we're allowed to follow as woke. And then when you actually see somebody do something that's actually woke, they're labeled crazy. You see what happened with Kanye West. Like everybody was down on him. It was laughing. It was, oh shit, man, he ain't a billionaire no more. He's only worth 400 million now. Like that was a knock, right? And now fast forward, him and Adidas done worked out a deal because they couldn't sell a fucking shoe without him.
Hmm. Not even through Beyonce. That was crazy.
What happened?
And I said not even with, because Beyonce had her little line with them,
Yeah, don't nobody
and it
want them
wasn't doing.
Adidas Beyonces. No, they only want the
True
J's.
though, but you would think because the Beehive and like look at her tickets and all of that crazy stuff, but it's
Yeah,
like,
nah, don't nobody want the Air Beyonces. That's not
mm,
happening. Yeah, but that's just what it is. It's like people are so woke, but they're really not. They just follow narratives and what we think it is to be woke. We think it's woke to just stand up and defend black people at every turn. But
yeah,
you can't do that. You have to hold black people accountable. You can't sit here and
yes.
jump up and cry every time a cop, shoots a
Oh my
black
God,
person,
yes.
but then you sit here and you support that same activity with us doing it to each other through our music and movies and whatever. Like you have to really, if you could see it in one sense, you should be able to see it like, hey, yo,
Hmm.
we gotta chill. We gotta pull back a little bit. We can't be out here
Yes.
killing each other, but then get mad because a cop do it. We don't even value ourselves.
Hmm.
So why would we expect anybody else to see us as anything more than some sort of commodity?
I agree. And I just said that, yes, I just dropped the reel yesterday and I said that, like, why is it, or we have to stop being mad at the police, of course, as you said, or just feeling
Well, I
like,
mean, we have a right to be mad,
to an
like in a
extent,
sense,
like,
because
definitely,
it's fucked up, like when they do shit like that. But like
definitely.
when black people take it to like the whole next level and we don't even address the shit that happens like right in our own community.
Exactly. Or we be so quick to say, free my brother, free my cousin, free this person or that person, knowing they committed the crime, knowing it
Yeah.
wasn't like a self-defense or anything like that. Like it was outright wrong and they're guilty, but you want them to free them. But if the tables turn and something happens to your loved one, you
Right.
want that person locked up or anything like that. Like
Or
that's not cool.
worse. So
That is not cool at
I'm like,
all.
man, a lot of y'all people, they need to be where they at.
They
Like,
definitely do. They definitely do. I have
they
a
don't.
brother locked up right now for murder, and guess what? I love him to death, but you will never hear me say free him. We miss him, we do,
Yeah.
but he took somebody's life, and he know what he did, and that's why he's where he's at. But I've
Yeah.
always felt that way, and especially now with my son, why would I
Yeah,
yell
rest in
free
peace, Lucky,
somebody?
man. That was, man, when I seen you post that, I thought you were bullshitting. I couldn't believe that. To this
Yeah,
day, I still can't believe it. Like, and I mean, you probably, because I know you deal with it, and you do everything you can to kind of just keep his name alive and push his music and but I still think about that shit randomly because I remember hitting you up like yo, your son is dope. Like I need to get on a track with him or something. Like I really liked his music, what he was doing at the time. And yeah, to me, that's still unbelievable. Like that's saddening when I think about how we need to care for each other and just, in a local sense even. He's like one of
Mhm.
the first people that pop in my head, like, I'm like, "Damn, I still can't believe how they did that boy." And,
Mhm.
I always, praise, your strength and everything, and I'm proud to see, how you've been moving since then, and it's
I
pretty great.
try. I try. People think it's easy.
Nah, I
Like,
couldn't imagine.
staying
I can
busy is
imagine.
what helps, but at the same time, it sometimes, like, it gets to me. Like, staying busy or doing what I'm doing for him, it's like it's bittersweet. It either helps or it doesn't. That's just like with his child. His daughter is 3 years old, and that's like the best
Wow.
thing. Like, I'm so thankful for her. I was mad as hell when he told me he had a baby on the way, but I'm so thankful for her. But at the same time, I have my moments where, like, I don't even want to look at her because she's identical to her father.
Yeah,
So it's like, you know,
yeah,
it's just something that I have
and
to deal with.
you have such, like, a chronicle of his life too. 'Cause I'll see, like, the posts and stuff, and you just see how, like, just full of life he was and all that. I couldn't imagine. I honestly couldn't imagine if, I had to bury one of my kids or my son, as much as they get on my nerves, the older ones, like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
I couldn't imagine if I got a
And
call.
that's it's so sad because when my kid, like, I've lost friends. I've lost friends in high school, after school, coming up. But watching how many kids my kids knew or were close to, and they've seen, and not just like to gun violence or anything like that, but it just was like, I'm like, damn, I don't remember dealing with
Right.
this many losses at when I was coming up.
Yeah, like
And I
12,
always, as a
13, you
parent,
said.
I used to be like, I don't know what I don't even know how I would deal with that. So to be placed in that situation is another story. It's
Yeah,
another story.
um, yeah, man, just keep being strong like you've been doing, and it's pretty great to watch you do it
Thank
and
you.
just pull it off, even though, man, I couldn't imagine it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Thank you though. And thank you for coming on the show. This was good.
Yeah, you should.
I was like, I gotta talk to him. I definitely do.
Yeah,
But and this is what I'm aiming for because I started a podcast last year in
right,
September, and I thought that was going to take off, but nothing went as planned with it. So I'm like, I want to talk. I love people that can actually converse and are really intellectual and really just opinionated as well. Like, I'm
right.
not against it at all. So I'm like, I like, you was one of the first people that I reached out to
Yeah, I
seriously.
remember
So
when you first reached out to me, and then I seen you. I used to see some of your shorts, like you would make either shorts or little
mhm.
reels. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, okay, she's really trying to do it. And I tried to start with two of my friends, and it was kind of hard to keep consistent with it. And so I would
Yeah.
always think back, like, damn, like Chrissy was actually serious. So like, I should have just
Yeah.
linked up with her. So I was like, when you hit me and you was like, yo, man, like, come on. I was like, oh, hell yeah, instantly. It was
Yeah.
automatic. So I mean, shit, I would love to, to collab with you even more. Just, see if we could push each other or whatever.
Most definitely. Like, that's where my new community, that's where it's built around either podcast or just these content creators or people that's just out here looking to network, got something going, trying to make something different other than clocking in and out every day. So
Right.
I'm all for it.
And we
Definitely
have
all
so
for
many
it.
discussions and so many, different viewpoints on things. It's just like, why can't we do it? I kind of enjoy this a little bit more because this is a little bit more free, than
Mhm.
trying to post on Facebook now. Because every time I
Yeah.
type something, I have to edit a lot of what I say 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
before I can actually respond to people. And then it just makes me
Yeah.
like, fuck it. But yeah, no, we should definitely do this,
Yeah,
more.
we can make something happen. I'm all for it. You got the email, you got the inbox, you know how to reach me. So definitely do that and tell the people what you do about your podcast as well, where they can follow you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Jay Almighty, YouTube. It's a Chin Check Podcast. We're on Instagram as well. Um, all my handles, whether it's but Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, JX Almighty. And yeah, man, I try to keep it 103. Giving them degrees and every time on Chin Check podcast, like that's just it's what it's about, just being straight honest, but then at the same time being able to embrace people that you create these conversations with. Like that's what I like to do. Like, because I notice like a lot of content creators, they'll put it out and then they just leave it out there. And me, like I always try to interact and respond to the comments or
Mm-hmm.
like you see how I do on Facebook. Like, that's what it's for. It's like, yo, let's have
You
this
have to
conversation.
engage.
And then at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, we can agree to disagree or whatever. But it's just like we need to be able to have difficult conversations and hear difficult truths that we may not be, you know, too, happy to hear or, too happy to be able to reflect on. But these conversations need to be had in order for us to get better as people.
Yeah, that's true. Most definitely true. I want to play this quick little game. It's not, well, it's a game. I guess you could call it that. It's like this or that. Pretty much ask you a couple questions. Credit or cash?
Mm, it depends. 'Cause you can't just answer that straight up.
And
Because
this or that you
I would I
can't.
would say definitely cash though.
Hmm. You want to
But
tell us why?
credit is important. And
Right.
but if you ain't got a whole lot of cash flow, yeah, that credit is
Call or text?
text. Don't fucking call me. Fucking text that shit.
Light skin or dark skin?
Dark. And I know y'all
Okay.
don't fucking believe that shit. Y'all be on my damn head, and I'm telling you, dark skinned girls are the hardest girls for me to pull.
Really?
It's the truth. You
I
know.
see. I seen that post the other day. Nipsey or Pop Smoke?
Who? Nipsey or Pop? Oh, Nipsey.
You firm on that?
Nipsey or Pop Smoke?
I mean, I'm just asking. That's
Rest in peace to both of them, but Pop Smoke was
sorry.
terrible.
A good time or a long time?
Just overall, like no, I don't know. I guess long time because I prefer consistency. Something
Okay.
I can
I
depend
don't
on.
think people expect that from you.
Really? Nice. Uh,
Beef or pork?
neither. I'm damn near vegan.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. How is that?
I mean, being a vegan, I guess it is what it is. I wouldn't call myself a vegan because I like chicken and fish and shit like that. But
So, like a is that pescatarian or they don't
yeah,
eat
they call
chicken?
it pegan or some weird shit like that. Yeah, but yeah, I try to avoid the red meat and the pork completely.
Okay, that's cool. Um, love or trust? Love or trust?
What do you mean, like which one would I prefer to have? Damn, I don't know. Maybe. Um, damn, that's a tough one. I'm leaning trust because somebody can love you and still jank you. Or you can love somebody and still do, but having trust, that's almost like, I don't know, having a confirmation of like a certain kind of loyalty. Love doesn't necessarily
So you like me? I'll be trying to get down to it. Like, okay, wait. So this
because
is
I've
what
had
comes with
like
this.
some of the worst hurt in life comes from people that you love,
Oof, you
you
ain't
know?
lying.
So yeah, I'd probably say trust. Like when you can trust somebody, whether that be with your just your well-being, spiritually, emotionally. That's a whole different thing because people will love you the most and will leave you out in the cold.
That's true. Honesty or kindness?
Honesty. That's honesty. We have a problem with that shit. That
Yeah,
fucking that
facts.
kindness shit and everybody expecting to win a trophy and man, honesty.
Meet new people or rebuild old relationships?
That's funny. Man. I'm getting away from that rebuild old relationship thing.
Okay, you like me. That's how I always felt for years, but
Yeah, like
boy, and
people
I've
be
always been
surprised, but like
against.
I don't get out here and like be trying to, like rack up the bodies and all that shit. Like I really be trying to like go back, like, hey, like what you up to and shit. Like
Right.
I gotta cut that shit out though, because that ain't getting me nowhere.
Beauty or brains?
Honestly, um yeah, I would have to say brains. Because I've dealt with a lot of stupid ass fine women. I'm talking about girls be beautiful as fuck, but don't be worth shit.
True.
And yeah,
Okay, and one more. Foresee the future or change the past?
foresee the future.
Okay, okay. You got a reason for that or just
um, I don't know, because I don't know. I think your past, a lot of the time, your past experiences and everything, that's what kind of gives you the wisdom to kind of make you who you are, whether it makes you stronger or, lets you know that you're not cut out for anything. But sometimes it'd be dope to have a glimpse into the future before you make certain mistakes or certain moves and everything like that. So I mean, I don't know, shit that already happened. I mean, it happened. It is what it is. But shit, I would love a glance into the future because I always find myself asking. I always find myself asking myself, like, man, dude, like kind of what you were saying earlier, like, what if I do this, but I could have did that or
mhm.
whatever. A glimpse in the future would
I'm
help.
just scared to know the future for me. And then because of losing loved ones, of course, I would change the past just for me. I don't think I would want to change like childhood. Like you said, I definitely believe the way I came up or the things that I went through did structure who I am now. But I think I would still choose the past because I'm scared to know the future. Is I think it's dangerous to know the future.
Yeah, I could see that. But I'm also a person that likes to be prepared.
Yeah.
Like I try to
I
be prepared for like so much shit, even shit that you can't even really prepare for. And so I don't know. I think that's why I would like that. But I can understand why you would want to go back when you're thinking about maybe like loved ones or something like that. If you could have did
Mhm.
something different or whatever, because I know you lost your son. I've lost my dad, but I don't know. I don't think there's much I could have changed. Like
Right.
losing my parents and all that shit like that. But yeah, I can see it both ways. But I think just for the sake of being prepared, I don't want to see the future. Because then
Okay.
you never know. Shit, that could, depending on what space you're in, that could help kind of change and dictate the
Absolutely.
past
Yeah.
from a future
Yeah.
aspect. So,
Well, yeah. Yeah. I guess going
but if
forward.
you're talking about this moment, then yeah,
Right.
that's a little bit
Exactly.
different. If you're talking about at this moment, if I could see, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Well, I do want to thank you again for coming on the show. It was good talking with you and getting your take on certain getting you to dive in deeper because I know most definitely people see things online or it's in short. You don't really go into depth of things, and there's always more to why, because I'll say I may give you one sentence completely, and it's so much more behind that. And
Right.
if you don't ask, I'm not like, this is my thought. That's what I felt like putting out there at this moment. Maybe I want to save the next bar for, later in the day or something.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand that. But again, I do want to thank you for coming on, and I thank everybody for tuning in and watching. And I hope they follow you and check out your podcast as well. And y'all can follow
Yeah,
me.
definitely.
It's Chrissy ThaGoat on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And it's Chrissy _2 times on Instagram and Twitter.